Good morning this morning, and welcome to a Chris Henry and recruiting update edition of the OHIO podcast. Do us a big favor, everybody, and smash that like button. You all know how to do it. Hit that thumbs up. We truly appreciate that. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We're only 130 more subscriptions away from 4,000. We would truly appreciate it if you consider subscribing to the channel. If this is your first time, welcome in. We appreciate having you. Please consider making a comment down in the comment section below as well. That helps the old algorithm as well. So yesterday's big news, everybody, was about Chris Henry Jr. Officially shutting down his recruitment. Of course, he was committed to Ohio State, committed several years ago, I believe, after his freshman season in high school, before heading out west to play in California. And he wants to be a Buckeye, he says. So he's going to shut it down. He's locked in, and he's ready to become a Buckeye after his senior season in the fall. So we're excited about that. Obviously, he's one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in the country. A lot of people are projecting him to be a Jeremiah Smith-like receiver, a Marvin Harrison Jr. like receiver. Of course, the son of Chris Henry, played at West Virginia, went on to play for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's an Ohio kid, and so there was a Cincinnati kid. So there was a lot of goodwill there, and it's good to hear that he's going to shut it down. Now, a lot of people thought, is this an April Fool's joke? Came out yesterday and on April 1st. Some people were worried that that was just a joke. I don't think it's a joke. I think it's real. Obviously, a lot of people are saying it's real. People who would know, but he is going to listen. Oregon's not going to stop recruiting him. Miami's not going to stop recruiting him. The dollar figures are going to continue to be thrown his way and a chance to try to quote unquote outbid Ohio State or to run the figures up against the Buckeyes here in the last months of his recruitment. But sounds like he's locked in. He's ready to be a Buckeye. And so, what do you all think? Do you think this is real, like me, or do you think this is a April Fool's joke? I want to hear from you and down in the comment section below. With this news, this changes his recruiting ranking here at the OHIO podcast. If this is the first time you've seen this. We have our own commitment ranking here at the OHIO podcast. What we do is when a player commits to Ohio State, we give him a recruiting commitment ranking score. It is a special algorithm that Chris and I developed. We spent a lot of time working on it. We've spent time perfecting it. And so during the recruitment process of players who commit to Ohio State, we will make adjustments. Chris Henry Jr. just got an adjustment due to his announcement, his flippability score. So that is actually one of the criteria that we talk about. How likely is he to be flipped? That score got a bump because of what his statement is, and so he was bumped up a couple more points. He's now over 100, the first person ever in our commitment rankings to score over the triple digits at 100.11. So congratulations to Chris Henry Jr. on that. As you can see, there are the 8 commits currently in the 2026 recruiting cycle for the Buckeyes. Chris Henry Jr. is the highest on our rankings, followed by Maxwell Riley. Those of you who follow the 247 Sports Composite rankings will notice right away that these rankings are not what 247 Sports rankings are, because they're just taking into account different factors than we are. We do take their ranking into account. However, we have a much more Ohio State centered ranking than they do. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can become a member of our channel. It only costs $3.99 a month, and you get members only videos where we dive into every single one of these recruits, and we talk about their video. We talk about their recruitment and their commitment, and then we score them based on, like I said, certain criteria that is Ohio State centered, and that's how we get these scores. So if you're interested in that, please consider becoming a member. It only costs $3.99 a month. Now, interestingly enough, he is not the only Buckeye, or excuse me, the only player out there at Mater Dei High School who is interested in Ohio State. His teammate, Kayden Dixon-Wyatt, is also interested in becoming a Buckeye. Here we see him pictured next to Ryan Day. He's also a wide receiver. His recruitment is interesting. He's drawn interest from a lot of the big players as well: Alabama, USC, Texas, Oregon, Ohio State, you name it. Um, and he's gonna officially visit Ohio State. So he's coming back to Ohio State. He's going to make his official on May 30th at Ohio State. He will also visit SC June 6th, Texas on June 13th, and Oregon on June 20th. And before he visits Ohio State, he's also going to visit Alabama a couple weeks before that on May 16th. So he's got 5 official visits scheduled, and Ohio State is in the mix for him. Be nice to get him along with teammate Chris Henry Jr. together. He's 6'2", 180 pounds. He's ranked 142nd nationally in the composite rankings. He's the 21st highest ranked wide receiver according to those composites. You look at the 247 ranking; they have him at 59th overall nationally, sixth in the sixth overall as the sixth highest wide receiver in their ranking. So quite a big difference there from the composite to 247 Sports and how they view him. He's definitely a quick riser and someone who you need to keep an eye on. And if it becomes a package deal with him and Chris Henry Jr., this would be a big get for Ohio State if they could land him. So keep your eye on that recruitment. We'll be interested to see if he and maybe CHJ can convince him to join them in Columbus, Ohio. I think that would be wild if they could do that, right? That'd be something that's pretty interesting. Today's Bible verse, Romans 15:4, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. I hope that you find hope in the scriptures. I know I do, and it's one of the reasons why I like to share them here on this channel, is because I find encouragement and hope in a daily reading of the Holy Bible. Don't want to. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention to all of you our spring showcase fan appreciation tailgate coming up at the spring game. So you can come before or right after the spring game. Join us for the big tailgate. We've got prizes. There's going to be former Buckeyes that are going to come sign some autographs, meet everybody. You'll see right there, we have it circled. That's going to be our location of the tailgate, just south of the French Fieldhouse, between the French Fieldhouse and the Shoe, in that parking lot there, just south of the French Fieldhouse by the bike path there. That's where we're going to be located. Come and meet Chris, myself, enjoy some breakfast, enjoy a hot dog after the spring game, meet some former Buckeyes, maybe win some prizes, have a good time. We would love to meet you. So, and don't forget to bring a children's book for donation, a new or gently used children's book for 2nd and 7, and or a donation, financial donation. We'll be doing both for 2nd and 7 that day at the tailgate. And so we would love to have you come and be a part of that big day with us. All right, everybody, that's it for this morning's show. Short and sweet. I know it wasn't, I didn't have a ton of burning stuff to talk about. I'm a little under the weather, as you can tell, have a little bit of a head cold, but I'll do my best to continue to pump out great content for all of you. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, it's our call-in show with me, the Podfather, Buckeye Boggs. So make sure that you check that out, everybody. We would love to have each and every single one of you come and listen to that. And if you haven't already, check out yesterday's video where we interviewed our fan interview, Mika Hanna. A lot of you know Mika. She's a great gal. We call her the queen of recruiting. She is just a ton of joy, very special, sweet lady. And it was one of my favorite interviews I've ever done. So go check that out if you haven't already. I'll put the link for that here and right here so that you can go check that out right now, man, if you want to. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up, like this video, everybody. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for checking us out for a few minutes today. Remember, be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. Sing Carmen, Ohio with all your heart. Till next time, go Bucks.